Welcome everyone on YouTube to another episode of the Dropkick. I'm here with Jimmy Ain't So Pretty Durango,
and here's Jason the Dirt Poop.
Come on, man, what was that about?
I play fire with fire, man.
Anyway.
Okay, but we're going to jump right into some Backstage Banter.
Yes, we are. Jimmy, Kevin Nash is confirmed via Twitter that he has entered contract negotiations with Total Nonstop Action, TNA.
Well, I really thought he was going to come back to WWE, do the whole, WCW, the angle with the, pretty much the freaking Hall of Fame, but, I guess not. I guess he really likes TNA.
The fact of the matter is, Big Sexy's still a name. He's going to come in, probably be a part of that whole main event Mafia storyline they want to kind of bring in his day and all that. Well, he'll get in the Hall of Fame one day. I wouldn't worry about that.
Yeah, how about WWE Creative calling for Alberto Del Rio or Dolph Ziggler for Edge at Mania?
I think either way you win because Edge has to continue to be a face right now where they're kind of losing talent to injuries and people taking time off. Del Rio could probably be better just because they're pushing him hard.
Well, right now I don't think Del Rio as the competitor at Mania because Dolph Ziggler right now is going for the title. He has him and Edge are all going. Well, Edge is going against Miz on Raw this week in a champion versus champion match, which Dolph Ziggler and Alberto Del Rio are both the future of the company.
The only problem I see with Ziggler is his name just doesn't can you ever just see World Heavyweight Champion Dolph Ziggler? I don't know. I don't know about that.
Yeah, but with them giving him the title, with him and Vicky Guerrero gets so much heat.
True. Also, Jeff Hardy, the charismatic enigma, whatever he calls himself nowadays, his court case has been delayed again because supposedly they're working out a deal where he won't get jail time. You'll probably get fined out the wazoo, and you'll probably have to do community service. But I think he might be stalling a little bit. Maybe he is getting jail time, and maybe he's trying to prolong, get that last little couple paychecks in. What do you think?
Well, it possibly could. They did take the title off him after a little bit, and it did just throw it on, the asshole,
As he calls it, anyway.
As he calls himself and his fans. So he could be getting jail time, and they're just keeping it hush-hush. He'll get his last few paychecks, and then they'll write him off for injury or something. So,
Makes sense. Good move of putting it on Anderson, by the way.
Yeah, great move putting it on Anderson. I think he deserved it. I think he deserved being that main event caliber player. And I think
about time.
I think he's taking it and running with it, actually.
I like him.
How about Matt Hardy in this new cold-blooded alter ego of his for his real life persona type deal on TNA?
Well, he came in looking ridiculous with corduroys pulling the Tyler Rex, and he came out. And
what are you talking about? He's just ripping Tyler Rex gimmick off.
Basically, and he came out with like a black jacket on with this bad attitude or whatever, and he reunited as the Hardy Boys and all that. And it's really, who cares about Matt Hardy? Matt Hardy. Because, TNA's just hiring him because he's a name. That's it. Nobody cares about him.
Of course they're going to hire him because of his name. He's a big name, and I guess they still think he has some talent, even though he's overweight.
He doesn't know how to talk anymore.
Yeah, and it's just oh wow, cold-blooded. Wow, everybody's gonna think he's a freaking badass in real life when he's just a fucking stoner.
Pretty much. That's turned out that's what the Hardys tend to be like nowadays. It looks like. But coming up soon here in the WWE, Evan Airborne, and Christian are probably going to make their in-ring return soon. But see, the thing is, Christian's probably going to miss Mania though.
Well, I don't be surprised if you see Christian in the Rumble just as coming in and everybody's oh snap. He comes in, does a few moves, maybe taking one or two people out before he gets taken out. Now Evan Bourne, I definitely think he's going to be in the Rumble.
I think so because he's been probably cleared to return.
I'm pretty sure his music's going to hit. There's going to be at least a couple people in the thing that are all going to stop and look at him. He's going to run down, jump on the top turnbuckle, and jump off onto everybody. And everybody's going to hit the ground, and he's going to get up, do his little whatever trademark pose he has, and everybody's going to cheer.
Or whatever he does. Yeah, I could see that happening for sure.
Okay, what about WWE saving Triple H's return for when he can really make an impact?
Well, I think it's basically the same old with Triple H. They plan on bringing him in. Obviously, he's going to come back to face Sheamus.
They're setting it up, Sheamus saying he's the best king in the WWE. He just won the King of the Ring. He has that whole new persona coming out as the Irish King, and it's setting up for a king. Sheamus as the King of the Ring versus Triple H, the King of Kings. I wouldn't be surprised if, like, somehow Triple H during the Rumble, like, comes out dressed as the King of Kings gimmick and stands at the top of the ramp and distracts Sheamus, where Sheamus gets thrown off, and then Sheamus comes flying up the ring at him. I wouldn't even be surprised if Sheamus actually just jumps out of the ring to go after Triple H himself.
That could be true. That could be true, because it makes Sheamus kind of look like, oh, I didn't get thrown out by nobody, so I still look dominant, but I'm going after somebody, blah, blah.
Exactly.
I know, yeah. I don't know, Triple H is just kind of...
Yeah,
I'm just kind of sick of him a little bit.
Yeah, he's getting older, you know, he's not going to be, like, at every show, he's
going to start slowing down.
He's winding down, you know, he likes being behind the scenes, helping out his wifey.
I don't blame Stephanie. The man looks good.
I wouldn't. So, you know, he has his life after wrestling already planned. So, you know, just let him do his last little bit, have a little final run in WWE. You don't have to give him a title. He had the title already enough. You know, just let him help build up the lesson. You know, not the big talent that's like young to for the people to take over for him. Like
I can see that. And how about? I don't even know what you would call him, like if he's even Ted DiBiase anymore, but his push getting affected by Maurice's valet skills and her seemingly obsession with getting herself over before she gets tethered.
Okay, you call him Ted DiBiase? No, he's like a little bitch boy to Maurice. Come on, look at what Maurice did to him last Raw. She pretty much punked him on national television. Yeah, I can...
And then got thrown over the top rope by Mark Henry. Which, everyone's seen coming.
Sheamus got thrown over the top rope by Mark Henry.
Yeah, I don't know what that's all about. Like, Mark Henry's going to win the Rumble or something.
Well, they're just playing off his strongman gimmick. But let's not get off topic here. But Maurice, she's hot. Yeah. I want to bend her over and throw her on top of a bed. But that's besides the point.
I think we all do.
But that's beside the point. She's not a valet. She's an average performer in the ring. Probably better than most of the divas on the Raw roster.
Which isn't saying much.
Yeah, but use her as a wrestler. Don't use her as a valet. Yeah, she looks good.
I got the perfect idea for Maurice. They go off of PG, they throw her in a bikini, she comes out and dances around and shakes her stuff. I want to tell you right now, that is money ratings in the bank.
You know what's money ratings in the bank? Her and Playboy. But that's besides the point.
Oh, for sure. I'd be first in line getting that issue.
We're talking about no one else did the issues. I'm buying them all. But besides the point, just use her as a wrestler. Her valet skills aren't that great. She's just trying to get herself over. So just let her just do her thing in the Divas division. Let her use her mic skills to her advantage as a diva. Don't use her as, honestly, you could just throw any girl out there with Ted DiBiase, have her dressed in some pearls and stuff like that. You could throw Kelly with them and that get over.
I like her too.
Yes, but Maurice, Ted DiBiase had everything planned up. Then they turned him heel.
Now he's boring. I'm bored to death with him.
Yeah.
And he's got a finishing move named after a boy band.
Yes, true. Yes, he does have a day named after a boy band. But either way, they need to get her off or put someone else with him, or just let him go to work and do his thing with his mic skills, because he knows how to talk, and try to get over himself.
Sink or swim.
Yeah.